What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is just gonna be a real quick drop on Boomerang season 1 episode 3. Now I didn't review last week's episode because honestly it didn't really give me a whole lot. The title of the episode was Power, and it was really all about Simone's dynamic with the main character, the guy. Oh, I forget his name. But basically their dynamic, and how he pretty much let Simone tell him what to do and run everything, and he sort of finally kind of took some of his power back towards the end. But it wasn't. It was a good episode, but it just wasn't. You know what I mean? But this episode was really good, so I said let me come on in and just drop a few things. The episode itself reminded me very much of like a female Atlanta. Like I could absolutely see this episode being like an Atlanta type episode. And I'm not saying that they're copying Atlanta. I'm saying it has that flavor. So what we see is Simone gets a phone call. We find out a few things, and we find out a little bit more about the background story of some of these ladies too. So Simone gets a phone call from a block number, call ID, no call ID or whatever. Now most people don't answer those phone calls no more. I know I don't, because it's always somebody trying to sell me something, or collect some money. But we find out that Tay, who's her goddaughter, and because all of these people are connected to characters, her father is best friends with Tay's father. So I'm assuming it was I can't remember the name, but it was either Martin Lawrence's character or David Allen Greer's character is what I kind of picked up. This is his daughter. And she calls and she's in jail. She like, look, me and my boyfriend got into it. The neighbor next door done called the police, and I done got booked. I'm in the drunk tank, and now they saying I got a $2,000 bond for drunk and disorderly. And Simone is like, I ain't got $2,000. She was like, girl, please, yes you do. She was like, look, I done quit my job. She was like, why you do that? Which of course is what everybody's saying. She said, and I can't call my parents right now and ask them for shit, because of course it's their company, it was their business that she quit. So she was like, well, pass the hat or something. Like, get me out of here. So she was like, all right, let me call Crystal. Let's see what we can do. So she goes in. Come to find out, Tia's living with her now. Tia's up in the room with her girlfriend trying to get their thing on. And the girlfriend and Simone ain't clicking. They got a problem. It seemed like, because the girlfriend thinks Simone is bougie. And, of course, Simone is bougie. And really probably don't like anybody in her space. Like, because a comment was made. She busted up in the room. And Tia was like, can you knock? She was like, it's my house. And the girlfriend was like, yeah, that you wouldn't be able to afford to pay the rent on if my girl wasn't here. So they got a whole dynamic going on. She was like, look, Tia, Tay's in jail. We got to roll. So, of course, Tia is on it. So, clearly, Tia and Tay know each other. Because she jumped up and immediately was like, let's roll. They go pick up Crystal. Now, Simone's car's in the shop. So they got to take the girlfriend's car. The girlfriend's car is a struggle. Okay? It's like a 1988 Caprice with a busted out window. And they said it's a space heater in the back, honey. I ain't never. And I done been in some struggle cars. But I ain't never been in a car with a space heater in the back. Okay? So, but Tia seems to really like her. Like, they seem to really kind of have a good little thing going on. So they all pile up in the car, honey. And, of course, the car breaks down. It got to call AAA and, all kinds of stuff. So Crystal actually is giving old girl a chance. And actually, they having a good time, So they taking a little road trip, riding on down. Because where Tay is like a 2-hour ride from where she stays. Somewhere in Georgia. And they get down there, honey, and Tay gone. Tay boyfriend done bailed her out of jail. So Simone says to the desk clerk, she says, so let me get this straight. The man that she got into a fight with and the reason why she was in jail is who y'all let come bail her out? Desk clerk was just giving her this look like. She said, well, where'd they go? She said, ma'am, I can't give you that information. And that's when she made the connection. She said, so if something happens to her, what are we supposed to do about that? So the desk clerk ends up giving them the phone number. And again, I'm not telling y'all everything because I want y'all to watch the episode. But they end up finding her. Okay, a couple other little cute things happen, but they end up finding her, and they at a party, right? The boyfriend done bailed her out, and now they at a party, and she done put it on Instagram Live or Facebook Live or whatever, and that's how they found her. They get to the party, and what we find out is this is Crystal's wedding anniversary, but Crystal is divorced. We saw that in a couple of episodes ago. Her and one of the other friends in the clique, they had a thing. So Simone was like, this is your anniversary. How are you doing today? Crystal was like, look, I'm good. She was like, but I mean, it's your anniversary. Like, are you really good? She was like, look, I'm good. Let's not talk about it, And it was her first anniversary, I guess, after the divorce, is what they're saying. So they find Tay at the party. Tay is having herself a good time. Her and the boyfriend done made up. He done gave her some line about the who's who and the what's what, only to find out that y'all know it was some bullshit. Tia and her girlfriend, they done started playing spades. Let me tell y'all something. That is so black. That is so black. You go to a house party, somebody is playing spades. And in my family, it's bid whist. In my family, the kids play spades. You at the kiddie table if you playing spades. We play bid whist. But don't get it twisted. I'll beat your ass in both. And so it's always a spades party going on at a house party. I mean, a spades game going on at a house party. And, of course, what you got to do whenever you get ready to play spades, the first thing you got to do, how y'all play. Why? Because everybody got their own version of how they play spades. And there's always some, do you sandbag? Do you do blinds? Do you do this? Because, we don't play blinds, okay? We call that public assistance. We don't do no blinds. You're going to earn all your points. You ain't getting no fluke shit up in here, okay? But anyway, so they playing spades, talking shit. Tia and the boyfriend done made up. Crystal is in the kitchen flirting with some dude. And everybody having a good time except for Simone's tight ass, right? So they finally, Tia says, look, Crystal is in the kitchen having a good time. And on a day like today, let her flirt. Let her have a moment. Let us finish playing our damn spades game, and then we'll be ready to go. So Simone finally relents, like, yeah, okay, So Tay and Simone end up having a moment. They smoking some weed out on the porch, and Simone explains that she feels guilty about Crystal's situation because she said, I knew it was a bad decision when they got married. I knew that wasn't the right decision, and I didn't say anything. I was her maid of honor, and I didn't say anything. And Tay tells her, well, then talk to her about it. Like, if that's how you feel, you need to let her know that's how you feel. So Tay and the boyfriend end up getting into an argument again. Why? Because he was lying anyway. So she caught him again talking to somebody. He trying to tell her it's just his god sister. A bunch of bullshit. You know how that go. And all of this happens at the same time. The girls win the spades game, and Crystal's flirting with old boy, but they end up getting ready to leave. So as they getting ready to leave, I think his name was Donovan or something. He yelling at Tay and whatever, and then he goes to grab her and pull her back. And, of course, all the girls was like, hold up. But you not going to put your hands on her. So he get ready to talk about something. I can't stand y'all boozy bitch. And before, I don't even think he got the whole bitch out his mouth when Tia's girlfriend just punched his ass. Now, the interesting thing is he ain't try to retaliate. He let him walk off because I was really waiting for him to kind of do something. And they riding back home, and Crystal and Tia end up having a moment. And Crystal says, Crystal and Simone end up having a moment. And Simone even says, she said, I feel bad. I feel guilty. I feel like I should have said something. She said, that wasn't your place. She said, but I was your best friend. I was your maid of honor. She said, if you had said something, I would have gotten mad at you. Because in that moment, I couldn't hear it. She was like, you did what you were supposed to do. And so, Simone said, well, do you have any regrets? And she was like, girl, all I regret is that damn DJ. So they have a moment. And when she's talking to the guy she was flirting with, she explains that, she got married straight out of college because she didn't know what she wanted to do at that point. And so she figured, I'll get married, That's what I'll do. And so they have a moment. It was good. But it was a really good episode. And like I said, it reminded me I definitely could see that folly of a road trip being something we would see in Atlanta or whatever. But it was a good show, y'all. And again, if you haven't already checked out Boomerang, please do. I like it. Some people in my comments, they weren't crazy about it. They said it wasn't their thing. I just say give it a few episodes, because sometimes I watch shows and they don't automatically grab me. But about 3-4 episodes in, you're like, okay, all right, this is pretty good. So anyway, let me know what y'all think. Drop it in the comments. Peace.